this storm, just throw me overboard.
When God looked down on Nineveh, that city made him sad, because the things its people did were almost always bad. The way they live must change, God thought. A prophet must be sent. So God told Jonah he should go and tell them to repent. But Jonah didn't want to go.
I just can't waste my time on strangers who don't love my Lord and are not friends of mine. I just won't go to Nineveh.
So Jonah left that day and bought a ticket on a ship that went the other way. He went aboard and looked around the inside of the ship.
Since God won't find me here,
He thought,
I'll rest up on my trip.
but as he slept, God sent a storm with winds that were so strong that soon the sailors were afraid their ship would not last long. And as the waves became so high that they could sink the boat, they threw their cargo overboard to keep their ship afloat. But nothing helped. Then someone said,
The storm was sent because of something one of us has done. To find him, let's draw straws.
and Jonah drew the shortest straw. They asked, Are you the one? Has your God sent the storm on us because of what you've done? And on the slippery deck he faced the men. His face was grim.
I tried to run away from God, but one can't run from him. I know these winds and mighty waves were sent here by my Lord. So if you want to stop this storm, just throw me overboard.
We can't do that, they cried aloud. They tried to row instead. It didn't help. So in the end, they did what Jonah said. As soon as he was overboard, the sea was calm again. As Jonah sank beneath the waves, he couldn't hold his breath. But God had sent a mighty fish to rescue him from death. The fish swam up, mouth opened wide, and swallowed Jonah down. So in the belly of the fish, God didn't let him drown. 3 days and nights he cried to God because he was afraid. You should have gone to Nineveh, God told him as he prayed. To you the Ninevites are strange, but they're my people too. You should have brought my word to them as you were told to do. And then God sent the fish toward land, and with a mighty cough, the fish dumped Jonah on the sand, and turned and then swam off. And Jonah knew what he must do. He had a second chance. He started off toward Nineveh without a backward glance. And when he got to Nineveh, he preached all through the town.
In 40 days you all will die. My God is coming down. You wonder why? Just look around. You see the things you do? And most of what you say and think is mean and wicked too.
They hung their heads in shame. Some cried. They didn't even eat. They put on rags, took off their shoes, and walked in their bare feet. As God looked down, he saw their hearts had changed. They understood. And so he thought, I won't destroy them as I said I would. Then Jonah went outside the walls to watch the Lord come down.
Those 40 days have long since passed. God should destroy this town.
Now God had caused a plant to grow to give him extra shade. But Jonah only sat and sulked inside the booth he'd made.
I'll just stay here,
He told himself.
where I can watch the town.
And as he sat, he was surprised the leaves were falling down.
What is the matter here?
He said,
Now I have lost my shade.
and in the stem he saw a hole he thought a worm had made. He bent and looked,
I think a worm has killed it.
Jonah said, and he was angry with the worm because the plant was dead. But then God came and spoke to him. What kind of man are you? You feel so sorry for a plant. Why not this city too? Just think how happy they must be. Why do you have that frown? The angels cheer when one is saved. Through you I saved a town.